Good morning to all. So now in the last exercise of cubes and cube roots, you see that is your exercise 7.2. There are 5 questions. So in all the 5 questions you have to find the cube root. So in first question there are 11 parts where you have to go for the cube root of the following. So always remember, wherever negative sign is there, the answer for the same will be negative. Suppose I am talking about first question, 7th part. So 7th part is find the cube root of 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6 zeros are there. So 6 zeros are there and then it is 2, 7, 4, 4. So better when you are going to find the cube root of this, 10, 6 zeros. This is with negative sign, so your cube root will always be in minus. Cube root of minus is always in minus. So if you will multiply 100 3 times, 100 into 100 into 100, now you have to determine the cube root of this. Cube root of this means third root. So 100 into 100 into 100 with minus sign. So that means the power, if I am taking case of square root, the power we are taking is 1 upon 2. In cube root, always the power we are taking is 1 upon 3. So similarly, for 2, 7, 4, 4, again you have to see what are the prime factors there. So prime factors, you can see are 2 1s are, then 2 3s are, 2 7s are, 2 2s are. This prime factorization you have to use what I was sharing with you yesterday. So this somewhere will be the 2 into 2 into 2 and then it is 7 into 7 into 7. So if you will see the next step, this comes somewhere is of 100 cube and here it comes of 2 into 7 whole cube. So finally I can write minus 100 upon 14 whole cube and the power is 1 by 3, so I can cancel it out. So my answer will be minus 100 upon 14. So in that way you can find the square root, and then others also, wherever you are finding the cube root, always you need to check the prime factors, find the prime factors, and in case of cube roots you have to check the triplets. So you can go for the further reduction if you want to. You can cancel it with 250 and then it is 7 to minus 50 upon 7 also. You can write there. So that is up to you. But the calculations you have to do in ending zeros, simply you count the zeros when 6 zeros are there. So 100 can be split it in 3 triplets, means 2 2s where I can select. So that's why I picked up this. Other parts also you have to check like this only. So then the answer will be there finally. Like one more part, suppose I am taking is 0.00343. So you have to determine the cube root means 1/3, the power 1/3, that is the cube root. So here what you can do is 343, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again 6 ending zeros are there. So the power is 1 by 3. I know this is the cube of 7. This is the cube of 7 and this is the cube of 100. And the power whole is what? 1 by 3. So I am not looking for prime factorization here. So 7 upon 100 whole cube, where power is same in numerator and denominator, I can write that only once and multiply it. That is the laws of exponent, power into power, power law. So you are left with what? 7 upon 100. So cube root of this will be equal to what? 7 upon 100. You can leave the answer over there. Similarly, like your 10th part is there, that is given in powers. You see what we have to do there in 10th part. That is 4 into 4 raised to the power 12. Then it is 6 raised to the power 15. Then it is 7 raised to the power 21. 7 raised to the power 21. So if I see the powers there, So what I can take common? Nothing is possible for me. But in terms of power 3, what I can do is that this is in 2 into 2. Power is 12. 2 square. This is 2 into 3 and power is what? 15. This is 7 raised to the power 21. First of all, I will try to split in terms of the prime numbers only. Prime factors, because we are finding it here, 4 and 6 are not the prime factors, that is the purpose. Now what happens? 2 raised to the power is 12 there. Again, 2 raised to the power 12 is there. Here if you see 2 raised to the power 15 is there. 3 raised to the power 15 is there. And 7 raised to the power 21 is there. So this is all I am getting in terms of, and I have to determine the cube root of this one. So first of all, I have splitted, I am trying to simplify. So this can be expressed as 2 raised to the power 12 and whole power. 2 raised to the power 12 into 12 plus 12 is 24. This is our same, powers can be added, and 1 upon 3. Cube root, if I have to determine, you have to find the cube root. So cube root is 1 by 3, power everywhere you have to write cube root 1 by 3, and this is also 1 by 3. Now this is the same, add the power into 1 by 3. I'm sorry, 15 is also there, so you please add 15 also. 12 plus 12, 24. 24 and 15 is what? 39. It is 39. Power 1 by 3. Then 3 raised to the power 15. Again it is 1 by 3. 7 raised to the power 21. Again power 1 by 3. So if you do this, 13, 5, 7. So somewhere it is 2 raised to the power 13, 3 raised to the power 5, and 7 raised to the power 7. So 2 raised to the power 13, and then it is 3 raised to the power 5 and 7 raised to the power 7. Now I have to decide whether can I leave my answer here, that you need to check somewhere. So exponents, you have to recall that exponents. So if you see in terms of 2, 3 and 7, it will be there in the power of 13, 5 or 7. But if you go through your book's answer, that he has left in terms of your 4, 6 and 7. So that is your choice. Then simply 4, 6 and 7, nothing you have to do. You have to simply 4 raised to the power 12, 1 upon 3. So power will be 4. 4 raised to the power 4 into 6 raised to the power 15. Again it is. So then the power will be 6 raised to the power 5. Or 7 raised to the power 21 means 21 into 7 raised to the power 21 into 1 upon 3, 7. So your power will be 7 raised. So your key is showing this answer in terms of 4, 6 and 7 only. So you can go for that, but see the weightage. If the question is asked in 3 or 4 marks, then you please can do in terms of prime numbers. 2, 3 and 7 are the prime numbers. Question can be conditional sometime. Express the cube root of this product in terms of its prime factors. Then answer will be this. So I am just extending the condition in the question which can be asked. So if it is not, if it is simply in 1 or 2 marks, then you can leave your answer in terms of 4, 6 and 7 also. That was the purpose of explaining this answer to you. So that is your choice. So I have shared the key of the question in 2 ways to you, that is of 10. And now like 11th is there. This is somewhere minus 23 into, minus 2300. This is minus 2300. How you can make your solution easier, that I am telling to you. Well, then it is 5290. So now I know 529 is a perfect square. What you can do is, I am finding ending zeros, here are 2 and here is 1. And if 3 zeros I will be taking ending together, so I know that is a perfect cube. So try to do that. Minus 23 into 100. I have splitted this. And 529 into 10. Now what happens? If you see 23 itself is a prime factor. I am putting stress on getting the prime factors. In previous also that's why we did in 2 ways. 100 I know ending zeros into 10, it will become 1000, which is already a perfect cube. So 529, if you go through the prime factorization, that is the square of 23, and I have to determine the cube root, that is the power 1 by 3. Remember, in all these 11 parts, everywhere you have to take the power is 1 by 3. So what happens? I am getting minus 23 cube and 10 cube, and the power is what? 1 by 3. 23 I am getting is 3 times, that is with minus sign, so minus will remain there. Only once if it is there, so minus into plus is minus, and again into plus will remain minus. So that is your choice, and 1000 itself is there, the cube of 10. So minus 23 into 10 whole cube into 1 by 3. If it is common, so I can write it only once, and 3 and 3 you can cancel. Minus 23 into 10, that is equal to what? Minus 230. So in that way you can write the answer for this 11th part also of your exercise 7.2, and then move towards your second question, which is given in a problem sum form. A hall is a hollow cube of fold and holds 74,088 meter cube of air. Find the length of the hall. So let the length is x meter. So therefore x into x into x, it is given the volume of air inside the holds 74,088. 74088. So x cube is equal to, now this is also a perfect cube. So you have to find the prime factor of 74088 and then check by prime factorization method. Somewhere you will be reaching to get the prime factor of this somewhere in terms of 42. If you will try here, that will be coming 42 into 42 into 42. You please check that, and then cancel cube with cube, so your x will be equal to 42. So answer will be the length of, you have to check the prime factors. So that will be coming finally 42 into 42 into 42. Then third question, what is the edge of a cube of which the volume is given 91,125? Again you have to do the same. Find the prime factors of 91,125, and whatever will be the cube root, that will be the answer for the same. And then the ratio of the volumes of two cubes. So you can, in case of your fourth question, you can write the ratio in terms of V1 upon V2. You simply start here, V1 upon V2 is equal to 512 upon 1728. Both are the perfect cubes, 512 as well as 1728 are in. Find the ratio of their breadths. So breadths means edge into edge into edge. So that will be like the breadth. Here you can write B1 of this and B2 of this. So B1 into B1 into B1, B2 into B2, because length, breadth and height of the cube always is same. So here that is the perfect cube. So here also you can see this, if you check 8 into 8 into 8. This, if you check, will come somewhere 12 into 12 into 12. Both are the perfect cubes. So B1 upon B2 whole cube, somewhere you will be getting is 8 upon 12 whole cube. You can cancel cube with cube. So B1 upon B2, because this is the ratio of the volumes. So volume is always edge into edge into edge. That's why I have written in the form of cube. So here you can cancel it up. That is 4 2s are and 4 3s are. So ratio of their breadths, B1 of the first cube and B2 is the second, will be 2:3. So 2:3 will be the answer for you this question that you can check. And then question number 5. A metallic cuboid of dimension 18 by 12 by 8 is melted. Find the minimum volume of molten metal which should be added to mold it into a cube whose edge is a centimeter, where a is an integer. So I don't think that the answer given in your book is correct for this, because some doubt raises where metallic cuboid of dimension 18 into 12 will do it. If you multiply 18 into 12 12 into 8, it is itself a perfect cube. 18 into 12 into 8. You see here, because if I multiply, this is somewhere 2 3s are 6, 3s are 18 prime factors, and then 2 2s are 4, 3s are 12, and it is 2 into 2 into 2. This is the volume of the cuboid. Now you see triplets I am getting there. 2 into 2 into 2, it is a perfect cube. 3 into 3 into 3, again it is a perfect cube. And third pair left is what? Again that is 2 into 2 into 2. So there is no scope to add anything to make it a perfect cube. Already it is lying in the form of perfect cube, but in your book the answer how it is arranging to for 24. But still I will give a second thought if any other option is available to get the same. But what do I think? If anything I will add to this to make it a perfect cube, 2, 3 and 2. 2 3s are 6, 2s are 12. So if you multiply this, I think you will be getting 1728 meter cube, which itself is a perfect cube. So cuboid's volume is lying in the form of a perfect cube. So h should of the cube should be equal to what? 12. So that is my point. Otherwise, how it comes 24, I don't think we need to go for some correction than in the statement of the question. But as per the statement given here in question number 5, nothing we can add to make it a perfect cube. So that is all about your 7.2 and the exercise of cubes and cube roots. Thank you.